So let's move on to the next topic. Let's go into, I'm curious. I mean, so Daniel, you told me like the people you work with, your team, the Google, what do they call them now? The Google Search
Search relations.
Developer Search Relations.
Search relations. Yeah.
That's the new name. It used to be Google Webmaster Trends Analyst, right?
Yes, WTA.
Okay. Who made that? Was that you who made the name change?
No.
Okay. Can
It
we blame
was.
Gary for that?
And no, I can blame John for that.
John.
I
Okay.
think.
So it's John's
Yeah.
idea. Anyway,
Yeah.
how's the team doing? You said you're seeing them a lot more often these days.
So yeah, so there are like different. So I'm kind of part of the search. Well, I am part of the search relations team. That's my team, but I work within the search console team in Tel Aviv. So there is like different things happening. The search relations team, as you know, like we travel a lot, so we're always traveling to events, and like that's a significant change in our lifestyles, and now we're kind of focusing more on internal stuff right now, and we have actually been meeting quite often, almost every day, and we're like the whole team, and we're just hanging out and talking about work, about life and stuff, and it's been an interesting change in the dynamics. So we're kind of I think most of us are, or all of us, we're enjoying that. So that's pretty interesting. And each one, and the search relations team, each one has like different projects or different areas that we focus. And as opposed to the search console team, which is kind of more a group working on a product. And we have been working from home for, as I mentioned at the beginning, for about 10 days. And I guess, I mean, there are the first, well, Google has been since the very first like start of this thing. They have been, prioritize your health, prioritize your family, do whatever it takes, and just, I mean, it's not yay vacation for everyone. It's like if you need to be with your family, be with your family. I mean, work will deal with it, and I think that a lot of people, definitely here in Israel, we don't have schools anymore, so kids are at home, and parents, they have to be with the kids most of the day, and they work as much as they can throughout the day, during the night. So we have many meetings at night, and I have the feeling that it's not, I mean, it is affecting because we are working a bit less, but I think things are moving pretty fast, and I do see that people are taking super interesting initiatives. And well, I've been working almost 100% of my time on Corona-related stuff. So there are loads of initiatives at Google, which is really interesting to see. So as part of the search engineering team, we kind of see what's going on and try to understand what are all the initiatives, how they align, and just like a few of them, just to mention, like, so there are kind of lots of things happening at Google related to COVID. And so there are stuff focusing on the end users. There's stuff focusing on health organizations or government agencies, and there's stuff focusing on webmasters. So end users, we have stuff like the SOS alerts in search. We have there's a new COVID-19 page, so google.com/COVID-19 with alerts, resources, and stuff. There is Hangouts Meet available to all G Suite clients, and there is a lot of stuff happening in terms of fighting misinformation, both on YouTube, on Google Ads. So kind of the trust and safety team at Google has been working really hard on fighting misinformation. And when it comes to health organizations, we have a very close contact with organizations like the World Health Organization. So you've seen the card, like the SOS card, right? So we have a crisis response team that is always focusing on crises that happen around the world. And this time is kind of they're scaling it because there has never been like a crisis throughout the planet. So they're kind of working really hard, those people. And there is stuff with the YouTube homepage. There is like Google is donating ad credit to the World Health Organization, other stuff. And when it comes to webmasters, there is well, I hope you all saw the event stuff. So we just, so the team has been working really hard to make that happen. And there was a change in the schema.org, done directly from the search team. He published on the schema.org blog, and then Google updated. So the developer documentation, we published a blog post. Now there is also a message on Search Console. If you have events markup and you go to the events report, the enhancement report, you'll see a note that we now have new properties. So right now you can add. So if you change, if there is a change in the event. So for example, if it's now an online event or if it was postponed or canceled, so you can actually update the schema and let Google know what's the most accurate stuff. So those are the things that are happening, and there is a whole lot of stuff still kind of being worked on, and that has been my focus on the last at least 10 days. In the last 2 weeks, I've been kind of working on those kind of initiatives internally. And it's pretty interesting to see like how the organization is fitting itself to the new reality. And I think, as far as I can see, and I've been meeting a lot with people from Mountain View, from New York, and I mean, people are working. I said in the beginning, you know, my kind of this blurring between weekends and weekdays and days and nights, right? And kids are around, kids are not around. You have, so there is a, but I do see that one, people, they are doing their jobs, and two, there is a lot of people that want to help. And as I'm kind of working on some initiatives, and I heard someone from one of the executives saying that right now there are more hands, which is something that is kind of rare at Google, is that there are more hands to help you than you can use them, which is kind of a rare thing. Usually you have to fight for resources and people to work on their projects and everything. So now it's really like, if you have an initiative that's kind of going forward, it's not easy. Obviously, when there are like many initiatives, you have to align all of them and kind of merge some of them and stuff like that. But basically, people are working, and I think it's kind of going well. I don't know. I feel very lucky to be part of the team, as you said, like being able to continue doing your job while like things are just like going crazy around. It's really
right.